of Knicks Bros TV or Knicks Couch Report. Sorry about that little hiccup. It's either that or I'm looking at my brother's face that's making me want to laugh. But either way, well, at least my brother is. He's watching a Knicks versus the Bulls game, what I like to consider a D League game. We got Charles Barkley as a
Dealing
broadcaster and all.
from
He's
from our end. Dealing
yeah,
from our end.
yeah. So we'll kind of go ahead and get started. The first topic that I want to discuss is going to be something that I already kind of talked about in my last video, but I want to get my brother's perspective on it as well. After the New York Knicks lost to the Dallas Mavericks, where we got trashed in Madison Square Garden, Chandler had a couple of comments to say about Carmelo Anthony. He stated, I feel sorry for Carmelo Anthony. I do because he's a competitor, said Chandler, who received a warm ovation from the crowd in the return of Madison Square Garden, and had so many points. Basically, to summarize it, he's stating that Carmelo Anthony is playing for a team that obviously is no good, which I agree with, but he feels sorry for Carmelo Anthony because he thinks that Carmelo Anthony should be on that team and he doesn't deserve that team. I'm going to go ahead and let my brother kind of put his perspective on that comment, and then I'm going to touch on that myself.
Listen, feel sorry for me as much as you want if I'm making $125 million a year. Okay? He signed the dotted lines and he took the money. So whether anybody gonna feel sorry for him or not, too bad. All right. I don't. I feel sorry for Derek Fisher and Phil Jackson. That's who I feel sorry for. You know, coming to the New York Knicks organization with the proven record of winning championships, and they have to deal with a bunch of losers. You know, as we watch every night or every other night, as I'm watching right now, and it's totally pissing me off because all you see is turnovers and missed shots and missed assignments, and you know, it's crazy because any basketball player with a little IQ shouldn't have any problem learning the triangle offense or any kind of offense. If you're a professional basketball player, you should have the IQ to learn any kind of offense, you know, at a certain amount of time. That's 2025. I mean, that's 27 games plus preseason. If they haven't, or if some of them haven't gotten it by now, they must be the dumbest player on this planet. Okay? And coming to, you know, Melo's rescue and saying that they felt sorry for Melo, well, you know what? I don't. I'm a fan. I want a good product on the floor. And, you know, he took $125 million, so he got to make it work. If you're losing, he's got to be a part of it. If you're winning, he will be a part of it. So with that said, I don't feel sorry for him.
Here's my take on it. Like you said, no one put a gun to his head to sign that contract. With New York comes a lot of individual progression or different career moves that you could make just because of the city that it is. So he definitely had a lot of more interest than basketball to sign with the Knicks, that I think. Obviously, having Phil Jackson as team president was a positive for having Carmelo Anthony return. But here's my thing on it. I'm not even going to debate him signing. It's just Carmelo Anthony has been a factor in us losing. That's something that, for some reason, if you just watch the game right now that's on, Charles Barkley just keeps saying, Carmelo Anthony is not the reason we're losing. Yes, he's not the sole reason why we're not losing, but he is a reason why we are. The guy doesn't defend. The guy has been inconsistent. He's missing shots. He's not guarding his guys. The game against Toronto, what happened? That stupid foul he made. Then after that, he had two opportunities to score a three-pointer for us to be able to get us back into the game where he missed them. He's not a leader, and on top of that, he's not making his teammates any better. And that's my take on as far as Carmelo Anthony. So if you're gonna feel sorry for anybody, feel sorry for Phil Jackson. You're right. Feel sorry for Derek Fisher. Feel sorry for the fans. Those Madison Square Garden tickets are not cheap whatsoever. Um, and as far as the triangle offense goes, honestly, I'll disagree with you there, just for the fact that it's not that they're not getting the triangle offense; it's that they're slow. They're not. I mean, they're just missing shots. I mean, right now, if you look at Stoudemire, he can't run worth of nothing. Not to even put in his turnovers into perspective. So that's where I'm
Yeah,
at.
I mean, there's no debate about it. Carmelo Anthony hasn't been the same this season. I don't know if it's his injury. I don't know what it is, but he hasn't been the same. Lots of missed shots. You know, so his passes are terrible. His defense on three-pointer. I mean, I was watching that Dallas game, man. He was giving up like wide open three-pointers one after another. I mean, it was just frustrating, absolutely. So
Teams have teared us apart on the threes. I mean,
every
it's
team does that. Every team does that. I mean, our defending three is horrible, and I don't know. It's not a rocket science to stay with your man, especially if you know he's a three-point shooter. So
here,
unfortunately, we have some players with very low IQ, so you can't help it.
here's my other thing is what bothers me is nights like this where Carmelo Anthony cannot start. If you think about it, if you're a player that you want to make a name for yourself in this league, those are nights where you're like, I'm gonna play hard. And the reason why I say that right now is the first quarter that I watched with Tim Hardaway on the Knicks, there's just no energy that's coming out of that kid. Although he's been okay, he's been playing just fine, but I mean you could tell Butler is outmatching him right now. You
Well,
know,
Butler has lots of size on Hardaway, and definitely is going to overmatch him. And he's been in the league for like I don't know 3 years, 4 years now. So and Hardaway is not that strong yet, and definitely can defend Butler. But I don't know. I don't put too much on a player like Hardaway that's been in the league for like 2 years.
but that's our
Um,
future.
that's our future. Hopefully he
That's our
can.
future. That's the thing. That is our future, and it's like, all right, well, if he's not showing up, then what's next? Because we have like 8 players that's expiring contracts going to 2015.
Right.
You know,
I don't
so
know what I mean. It's not that he doesn't show up. It's like I mean, young player. You got to be a little bit patient with him. Like I said, my issue is not as much with him as it's with a player like Carmelo or a player like
Amari Stoudemire,
Amari. And
turning the
as
ball
I've been
over.
talking, I'm watching this. They're giving up threes after threes. It's like
Turn it off.
unbelievable, man. It's
Oh
like
man. What's
it,
Charles Barkley's? Why does he give the Knicks so much of a hard time? It's like he just doesn't want to stop.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Patrick Ewing was hitting him in his head too much. So yeah,
Something. I mean, good
something with
grief.
the
It's
Knicks.
like they're sitting there talking about something else. First thing he does and just judges on the Knicks, whether Knicks are the bums or something like
Yeah,
that.
he's been dunked on too many times by Patrick Ewing, so he doesn't like it.
Good
But
grief. I mean,
but you
Reggie
know what?
Miller.
Listen, this season we can't argue with him because that's what we are. That's what the Knicks are. So there is nothing to defend. So it is what it is. We just have to take it.
Yeah. Well, obviously we found out today that Rondo has been on a trade to go to Dallas. That's something on our last hangout we talked about. Maybe Rondo would be a good um, player within the offense just for us to get us going. What's your take on him going to Dallas? And what's your take on the future of who the Knicks will be able to get? Just because right now it's so difficult to be able to convince a free agent to come to New York with this sloppy, you know, showing every night. So, what's your take on that?
Listen, so I have I'm eating my Santa chocolate.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Where's your
But
milk?
nice tea is not milk. But this is the thing though. Yeah, Rondo, we still don't know if he's going to sign a long-term contract with Dallas or not. But to be honest with you, Goran Dragic from Phoenix is going to be free agent
Dragon.
next year, and that is the player I like because he fits the triangle much better because he can shoot threes, he can drive to the basket, he has a killer jump shot, he's a good passer. So I like him over Rondo because Rondo is not a good shooter. Even though he's a great passer and a very good player, driving to the basket.
Yeah.
Another player, been rumored for long and is available is a big man, Marc Gasol. But the way we are playing and the way Memphis is playing, it's a long shot that he will give up Memphis and come to us. But we just have to wait and see, and then and I really don't know who else really is out there that is.
And on top of that, Iman Shumpert and J.R. Smith are both injured.
Paul Millsap is another player that is available through free agency, and I really like him too. So, but
at the rate Atlanta's playing right now with him, it's like I don't think. But Atlanta has been known to be more of a farm system type city where they would give up those prospects even though they are doing fine. So that might be a possibility. He does hustle much more. I know last week you stated something about us maybe going after Josh Smith. I don't like Josh Smith just for the fact that I think he's really lazy. We need a go-getter on this team. One thing I do want to point out is I am so disappointed out of Calderon. I expected so much more.
Yeah.
I expected so much more, and he's not that type of a commanding point guard to be able to be able to find those open looks, be able to pass the ball around the way I expected it to be. So, very disappointing. I know one of the little halftime speeches that Derek Fisher basically had after the first quarter against the Chicago Bulls, he said, what did he say? He said, hustle, and if you don't hustle, I'll sub you out. It's basically you're playing for playtime. And I can't just imagine what's going through Derek Fisher's mind right now. This is not a very familiar territory for him for being 5-22. Bargnani's going to be out for at least another month and a half.
God knows when he's coming, man. I have no idea, and it doesn't matter. Even if he comes, it's not going to be like that much of a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we definitely, I am eager to see what Phil Jackson is really going to do during this free agency, since the free agency really opened up from August 15th through is going to go through, I think it's like mid or end of February. So we'll see if there is something up his sleeve, there's a trade that he's going to pull off or anything. But otherwise, this team is really not going to win many games. And the only positive thing about it is that we going to get a high draft pick. Beside that, there is really nothing else positive about this season.
So 2015 comes around. Does Carmelo Anthony, is he still part of the orange and blue?
Oh yeah. I don't think Carmelo Anthony is going to go anywhere.
You don't think he's going to get traded or anything?
No. Too much money for any team to take on.
Yeah.
And he's not going to force his way out because then his public perception is going to be really bad.
It's going to end up being a LeBron James.
No.
On a way bigger market, they're going to burn the living crap out of his jersey.
No, there's nothing like LeBron. LeBron James signed with Miami when he was a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
And he signed back with Cleveland when he was a free agent.
Yeah, but it's that public perception I'm talking about.
No, it doesn't matter. But Melo forced his way out of Denver. And now he just signed a new contract with the Knicks, and if he forces his way out, then it looks even worse. So, I don't know. I think Melo stays, but we just need additional players. So we'll see.
Okay, well, That's really all I have for this session. Is there anything you want to add on as far as the Knicks are concerned?
No, man. The Knicks fans, man. It's been a tough season so far. Hang in there. I know it's been many tough nights.
Pour some liquor in your drink. I think I saw
Oh
that.
man, I should start to. I should be going to AA meetings
Oh
the way
man,
the season is going.
good grief.
But it's horrible. But stay tough. Hang in there. Hopefully, brighter days will come.
All right, guys. Well, thank you. Make sure you comment, subscribe, like the videos. If you want to join on the next Google Plus Hangout, again, we'll announce the next time we will have one. Please join us. We'd like to get your opinions and kind of go back and forth. This is the bad thing with the Knicks being on, just for the fact that they just suck every part of energy that you have in your body. But besides that, have a good night and comment, subscribe.